My sunshine, my sunshine.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Motivation Monday. So, I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend and a lovely day. Hope you ate, took care of yourself properly, had a lot of liquid, hopefully, had some fruit. Today, I want to talk about loving yourself and respecting yourself. Because a lot of times, people would come into your life and you would wonder why they're treating you a certain way, because guess what, you're accepting it. You're not loving yourself enough to know you deserve better. So if you keep accepting certain behavior, whether it's disrespectful or whatever, it really means that there's part of you that doesn't love themselves and doesn't think they deserve better. And if you come across somebody that sees that flaw in you, whether it's a relative, if it's a loved one in the sense of relationship, whether it's a employer, whatever, if they see that flaw in you where you insecure with certain things and you don't feel good enough about yourself, guess what? They're gonna take full advantage of that. So a lot of times we encourage things that happen to us. We teach people how to treat us. Because if someone does something to you and you keep allowing it, as I said, whether it's in a relationship or it's at your job or whatever, granted, as you know, my single parents, sometimes you have to put up with crap at your job because you need your job to take care of your kids, and I understand that. But at some point, becomes enough. And even though you could talk to your boss without being disrespectful or rude or whatever, and explain to them that you really don't appreciate the way they speak to you in front of other people, you would like it if they could pull you to the side. Hopefully you don't lose your job over it. But I'm just saying that to say that, some people are like how dogs could sense fear in people. Some people are actually like dogs, and they will prey on the people that they see, you know have some kind of insecurity or whatnot, or in a position where they're in need, and they will exploit that person, to the fullest. So be careful what you put out there. And to reiterate this point, be careful also how you carry yourself, because people judge you, whether it's the way you dress, the way you walk. For my ladies, let's talk about dating. Let's segue into dating as we're on this topic. You might not be a slut, for lack of a better word. I can't think of any right now. But if you carry yourself as such, you dress half naked, you walk a certain vulgar way, you be doing too much. When a guy sees you, all he's thinking about is to get some and keep it moving. Is it fair? No. But what you put out there is what people would judge you on. Are you following me? What you put out there, even if it mightn't be what you are, but that's the perception. So then the people that will be coming towards you, they're coming towards you based on that perception. So you really can't be mad. So in order to change people's perception of you, you have to change what it is you're displaying to the world. Okay? And as to go back to loving yourself. If you're in a relationship and the person keeps cheating on you, having children outside, whatever, and you keep going back to them, they say, I'm sorry, and you're mad for a day or two, and then you go right back to them. What do you expect? You'll be doing that for the next 20 years, 30, 40, 50. And then when you're old and gray in your rocking chair, you'll be sitting down thinking, gosh, I don't know how I put up with that. I should have been here. I should have married this other person, or I should have dated this other person. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. The time is now. You might have made some mistakes, but you could change it around now. You know what I mean? Even if you're married, for better, for worse, blah, 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 blah. Some things you really can't put up with. And a lot of people, as far as marriages go, a lot of people are willing to stay in a marriage for the look of it. You know what I mean? To give this impression like all is well. You're unhappy, you're miserable, but you just want to say, oh, I've been with the same man for 20 years. 20 miserable years where you wanted to kill yourself. That makes sense? So, you don't like the tough love. I don't know what to tell you, but I've seen so much of this that I have to speak on it. Wasting time, wasting years. Even if you're a Christian, God would forgive you if you get in a marriage and the person is abusing you, or in all types of ways or whatever. God will forgive you. You've done your best, you've prayed on it, you've done everything. And even the Bible says God help those that help themselves. You was born with wisdom, you was born with intuition, spirit of discernment, so to speak. So he gave you all these tools already. So it's up to you to see that you're going down a dead end street. You know what I mean? If you refuse to see it and rather to close your eye and pretend that you're going on this beautiful roller coaster ride, not beautiful because I'm not into roller coasters, but for some people, I guess beautiful. Or you're going to what is it, Disney World or whatever. If you want to close your eye and believe that's what you're doing, that works for you, great, I guess. But chances are I don't. And you're keeping up this facade like everything is so great, but it's not. And that's how you intend to live your life. It's a sad life to live. Okay? So, as I said, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whatever, even if it's kids, if your kids disrespect you and you allow it, what do you think is going to happen? It's not going to get any better. If a child disrespects you at 5, what's going to happen when they get to 10 and 15? Stop being a walkover, pushover, stop being a doormat. There aren't no prizes for that. Okay? The most that will happen is the same people that walking over you gonna laugh behind your back and say, "Oh, look at them. I could do them whatever, and I could tell them sorry tomorrow and everything cool." You know what I mean? Have a little respect for yourself and have more love for yourself, and because if your self esteem is low, it have some people that are out there. They're like vultures. They're like animals that smell blood in the water. Okay? And once that happens, they come in full force at you. Okay? Like I've heard people say, for instance, well, he leaves me and he always comes back. Guess why? Because when he leaves you and he goes out there and he does whatever he wants to do, he knows that when he comes back, he could come to you and give you all the story that he can live without you. Lies. Somebody else was willing to put up with the crap. Okay? And the same thing for if it was flipped around. She's coming back to you because you would take her back after she finished running the streets. Okay? It's not because she can do without you and, she was mad for 2 days and whatever. In a lot of situations, people go out there, do whatever they want to do, and then want to come back to people. And in regards to your boss treating you this way because he knows that, or she knows jobs are hard to come by and people looking for jobs every day. So they're willing to insult you in front of people, curse you out, whatever, in front of customers, whatnot, and figure that you're not going anywhere. Okay? So you can put up with it for a minute, but look for another job, look to go back to school, do whatever, because, I mean, there's no way to live. That's not good for your sanity. And, as I said, for the single parents, a lot of times we have to put up with things like that because we don't have a choice at the moment. Don't let that be your life. Okay? Put up with it for a minute and have a backup plan. Search for something else, whatever. Try to talk to your boss and tell them, well, I don't feel good when you talk to me this way or that way. You don't have to curse them out or whatever. Some of them don't even want you to speak up, so, prepare yourself that it mightn't go well, but at least you tried. But don't just sit and accept things like a doormat or a garbage can. To go a bit further for the ladies, stop treating your body like a garbage can and taking anything in it. Okay? I don't want to be too graphic, but you know what I mean. Your body's supposed to be a temple, and marriage is not for everybody, so I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody, well, you have to be married or whatever. That's your choice. You have to live with your decisions. However, stop letting anybody just, ride you like a taxi. Okay? Treat yourself with respect. Put, put a certain criteria out there for people trying to get with you. This is what they got to do. It's like a roller coaster. You got to be this big to ride it. You know what I mean? Put certain criteria out there, and if people don't fit that criteria, they got to go. Like, stop accepting any garbage. You're not a garbage can. It's better to be alone than to just accept something because you've been alone for a long time and you're just like, well, I'm lonely, whatever, and you're just gonna take whatever you get. No, even for men too. You've been lonely for a long time, so you're gonna pick up this girl and she's pretty, she got a nice body, but she's disrespecting you in front of people, and you're like, well, I'm lonely, I've been alone for a long time, and she is pretty. Really? Is that all? Have better standards. Set, the bar a little higher for yourself. Because as I said, if you don't expect good for yourself, you can't expect somebody to come along and say this person deserves better because you yourself not acting like you deserve better. Pull yourself together, sit down, reevaluate yourself, take a step back, and realize, sometimes you attract the same type of people. For example, you attract the same kind of people. There's something about you that is attracting these people. Whether that they could see the weakness in you, they could see that you're soft, and they think, well, easy pickings, and I could do whatever I want here. Whatever it is, sit down and reevaluate yourself and really think what you could do to change, you know, better your life. What you could do to change people's perception of you, you know, if it's negative. And if you're the negative person, what you could do to not be so negative to people who don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to take a quiet moment and, block out the world and reflect. Play back certain things in your head, certain things that happened in your life for the last month or year or whatever it is, and go back and figure out the pattern. A lot of times we have patterns and we don't even realize we have a pattern. Sometimes the pattern needs to change in order to accept something better, to open up yourself for something better to come into your life. You can't be holding on, to a dead pet with both hands and then hoping that a life pet is going to walk into your arms. Do you understand? For lack of a better metaphor at this moment. Sometimes you have to let yourself be free and let go of dead weight that's not doing anything for you in order so you can see clearly to bring in new things into your life. Okay? So, I don't want to go too long. That's all I have to say for today, guys. As I said, hope you had a really good day and you took care of yourself the best way you could. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Smooches.
You're my sunshine.